Well, he's a comedian's comedian, a man who's spent more than 3 decades making audiences laugh across television, film, and live on stage. He's hosted his own Tonight Show, toured the world, written a memoir, and still finds time to hit comedy clubs around the country.
Just imagine a Pilates instructor at NASA doing the countdown for the shuttle. It'd be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, almost there, 5, 4, 3, not long now, 2, 1, and hold it there. Hold it. No, we've got to go.
Darren Sanders speaking to me earlier today. Welcome to McKnight Tonight.
Oh, thanks, Rob. Do you do Pilates, do you, yourself?
No, I've never been accused of that.
Well, my girlfriend will be happy you showed that clip. I know that.
Good. Hey, not many people know this, but you actually named the show I produced Studio 10. That's how you and I sort of became aware of each other.
Yeah, that's correct. And I remember at the time I was down in the snow because I was still trying to push this whole late night, 4-night-a-week sort of show on a few of the networks. And I remember being down at the snow and I got the call from you and I thought, oh, hang on, somebody at 10's taken a bit of notice of the chat show, but ended up said, oh, congratulations, you've won the naming of the Studio 10. How'd you come up with that? And I said, well, I was in a studio, it was on Channel 10. That wasn't too hard.
I loved it, and it was still the perfect name. But you have been performing stand-up since the early 90s. How do you go from loving comedy? So it's one thing to love comedy. It's one thing to really get it as an art form, but how do you turn that into a living?
Well, that was I think one of the early things is that it is a hard decision to make whether you're going to go full time. Because I was lucky enough at the time. I think there were probably more club gigs around Australia, and more of a circuit that everybody did. But nowadays, I think it'd be very hard for people to actually become a full-time comic, pretty much, without having something secondary. And I think I got around that when I first started, in that respect of starting a club up. So I thought, well, that might be another stream. So I had run clubs pretty much for the last 25 years, but I'm at the end of that journey now, I think. So just concentrating now on just the live gigs and maybe a few other projects. Bit of film, bit of TV if we can get those. And I think that's where it is now. COVID, I think, changed a lot too for the live entertainment scene. I don't know why it became a little harder, but it just felt like it did, and there was a bit of a shift. So, again, saying that, there are also great gigs that do come up, and again, if you have an audience that's there for comedy, that's the best thing. If they're under sort of hostage situations and they don't want to be there, that's what makes it hard.
True. Now, I reckon you can tell a comedian knows their craft when they know how to deal with hecklers. I've got this clip I found on the net of you dealing with one, and a warning for sensitive ears. It may contain, it's in a comedy club, and it may contain a few F-bombs. Let's have a look.
Oh.
Where are you from? Oh, Canberra. I thought it was another fucking country you were from. She has no idea what's going on. What, in a comedy show in general or in the fucking world? What do you think? What, you don't know what's going on? How old are you? Were you 12? How old are you? 20. And you've never performed fellatio. And that's not an Italian opera. No, you don't know so you don't get that joke. Your friend was pissing laughing at it because she blows a lot of footy players. Look at this lady, she's pissing herself laughing. You seriously don't know what's going on. Have you gotten any of the jokes? Okay. You know it's hereditary. If your parents don't have kids, you won't have any.
I just love how you've got full control of that room. That comes with experience, surely.
Yeah, well, that was quite a while ago now, and I do know the girl that's in that clip. It's actually probably like I haven't been a really big TikToker until I went to Adelaide earlier this year, did the Fringe show, and my niece sort of gave it to me a bit because I said, "Geez, I'm not getting a crowd in yet. There's some 20-year-old on after me who's on TikTok and he's selling out every night, and he's not funny." And she said, "Well, you got to get on TikTok. You got to get on TikTok." Anyway, I put a couple of clips on there, and I think that's been my most popular one, and it is quite a few years ago now. I think that girl in the crowd, I am acquaintances on Facebook with her, and she's about 30 now with some kids. So,
So she understands how it all works now.
I think so. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned this before. You created your own Tonight Show long before McKnight Tonight. What was great about this is you were taking it out. It was going to the clubs. It even aired on one of Nine's digital channels. Tell me about that experience and what it was like. I mean, this was fantastic.
Yeah, I think it was something that sat in me. I think probably since Rove, he was the last one that had a.
Yep.
And even then it was one night a week. We've never done really a multi-night show where I thought, we could probably knock 4 episodes off on a Sunday, air them Monday to Thursday, only be a half an hour after the news. I don't think we need to prolong those sort of shows. So I think half an hour would be perfect after a late news. And again, how the world is now, people pretty much are just picking up little snippets of a show anyway. But I think, what I enjoyed about it was contacting guests and finding their support for it. And there was, I look back now and I think, well, we even had Henry Zepps on an episode and Lex Marinos, who unfortunately are both left us. But, and they all had great stories. And one of the things I probably had from the networks or the pushbacks was that we don't have enough celebrities. And I'm like,
it's the biggest crock. It's bullshit.
We've got so many people, and what do they call a celebrity? The other thing I obviously was, nobody knew who I was. So they were like, well, nobody knows who you are. I said, well, if we just put the show on and don't publicise it and just let it sit there for a while, it may find an audience. And I think it did with some of the numbers that we were getting. But again, it was just very sporadic and sort of kept pushing that agenda of trying to get this late night show up and running. And like I said, just the support of some of the people that came on and how I got them too. It was just, I would just write, or some of them I ran into on the streets. That was the other thing. It was Michael O'Loughlin who played for the Swans at the time. I just ran into him. I said, "Hey, do you want to be on a show?" And he just went, "Yep." I'm like, wow. So I think a lot of people saw that there may be a hole in the market. And I still think there is, because again, like I said, the thing where people were saying they don't know me, currently the state of television, I don't know anybody on it because.
Correct. Absolutely.
The bachelors and these people, I said, who the hell are they? So really, I don't think that was an argument. Really, you can create what you want to create, I guess, if you've got the
well,
right
they used
people
to be
around
able to
you.
create stars. It wasn't this shortcut where they went, we just want to get the most famous person. And of course they did that, but they also had a way of building up people and talent. And when you've got the talent to deliver a show like that, it just shows to me, look at you were doing it. It was a great show. You had, we saw Julian Morris, you had Peter Overton, you had all these, Deborah Hutton, all these people on the show. Is it now, and now you've got this book. This,
you got your copy?
Yes, I did. How did I end up here? This is the book you've got out about your life on the road and the business behind the laughs. Looking back, which chapter of that journey still makes you laugh the hardest?
It's interesting because I think they're all so different because of all different sections of my life. Of course, I grew up in Adelaide. I backpacked around the world, so that's here. Doing work in America, extra work on films. To me, I look back at the time you'd come back and you think, oh, everybody sort of takes the mickey out of someone who's an extra, or makes fun of that sort of level of acting, maybe. So I think that. Now I look back at some of those things and those times and the sets I was on, to walk around as a waiter next to Robert Redford and Demi Moore in Indecent Proposal, just to see Jack Nicholson do a big monologue as Jimmy Hoffa right in front of me, to dance next to Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard, and to think...
Jeez, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, to think now that you look back and, and like I said, my dad he'll still text me every time The Bodyguard's on TV now, hey, The Bodyguard's on. I'm like, okay. I made about $47 out of that film. Anyway.
Hey, but the best $47, right?
Yeah, I also made the video clip for the song as well. So they used a bit of right at the very end. And so I just snuck into the video clip for that. So that'll be around forever. November Rain.
Okay, we're going to have to see if we can dig that out. We're pre-recording this interview, so hopefully when we come back live in a moment, I'll have found the clip. That'd be brilliant.
Yep, no problem. I can send it to you.
Please do. Well, Darren, and you're about to go overseas, aren't you?
Yeah, sort of the cruise ship season will work for me. So summertime when the ships are down here, I get the chance to get to see different parts of the world. A lot of it is based down here in the South Pacific, of course, but my next trip is going to be this week. I've got to fly. This is the interesting thing of the trip. There's a lot of travel involved with getting the work on stage. So my next one's in South Africa. So flying me over to South Africa, then I leave that ship and I go I get off at Reunion Island to fly to Mauritius, to Dubai, to Brisbane, to Vila to get on the next ship. So after that, so there's a hell of a lot of squashed up aeroplane travel involved in that one. Yeah.
Well, the book is called Darren Sanders, How Did I End Up Here? You can just go to darrensanders.com.au to get...
No, it's just .com for me. Sorry.
Oh, .com. I'm sorry, and we have it as the super. Let's get a close-up, Amanda, on camera 2. Darren Sanders, How Did I End Up Here? It's a great read. I haven't got through it all. I only got it last week, and I'm sorry, I saw it in preview.
Got heaps of...
There we go. We'll just be really subtle with it. Darren Sanders, I haven't been able to read it all yet, but what I've read so far is brilliant. I wish you every success, and I, like you, would love to see the Tonight Show format come back. So I wish you all the very best. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Cheers, Rob. Thanks for having me on.
He's a good guy, isn't he? And we have the clip. So let's roll that footage in. This is Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. And there's Darren having a bit of a dance.
So,
she's looking at him. She's the reason he's the reason she wants to dance. And there he is, dancing in the background, right next to Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston, having a little dance. And that goes on throughout that whole scene. So $47 he reckons he gets from that. So I didn't know extras got residuals. There you go. I've learned something new.
We've invited you here. You don't need to apologise for your story or for what you're saying. I heard the yapping. There was a lot I didn't understand about myself until I had that diagnosis. Don't get the shitties with me. Oh, Guy. No, that's Guy.
Funny and insightful interviews from a watchdog producer with nothing to lose. Tonight.